Hello everyone. Long time now since I made a video. I've been very busy this week, so I didn't put out any daily review. So today I'm gonna do the week's review instead, and I'm gonna go through this past week that we had. It was a short week because of bank holiday, the 19th, now this Friday. So we had a shorter week. I were unfortunately not expecting a good week. I really thought that we would slow down because of how we have seen it here. The week before we had a lot of high quality trades early in the pre-market around 4:30, and as you see, a lot of green, dark green, and a few blue trades as well. So we had the week before we had seven on Tuesday, seven the ones, like really good trades in Tuesday. We had 11 of them on Wednesday, five on Thursday, and two on Friday. So we had on this week 25 the ones. The week before, we had six the ones. So I really thought now we have had two very hot weeks. I were expecting that we will slow down. So as I said in preparation for this week, in the last weekend when I did a video, I prepared myself to take a very few trades, and I didn't think that the market would move. The opposite thing happens this Monday. A lot of things is moving at 4 a.m. and I'm over trading. I'm jumping on everything because probably I were very unprepared for it. So unfortunately, I did a lot of bad trades. And as I've also said last weekend, the first trade is very important for me. If I'm doing a red first trade, it's very easy that I jump on next thing that moves. And when we now have, as we had this week, a lot of stocks moving, not many of them great. There has been a lot of fake outs. There were a lot of just random stocks popping up, trying to do the same sentiment as we've had the previous 2 weeks, where all small cap Chinese and Hong Kong stocks have been crazy good to trade. This week, most of them didn't follow through. So what I should have done is to wait out and see which one is actually sticking. I did not do this. And Monday, Tuesday, I did okay trading. We had five the ones on Monday. Tuesday, we had two. And then Wednesday, we had three actually very good ones. As you can see, we had three dark green, or one green and two dark green. Those two trades were really great. I did not do great on them. And then on Thursday, last day of the trading week last week, we had two not too good, but okay trades. And when we go over here, so you can see my results. Monday, okay day, 383, but a fee of 122. Way too high, almost a third. Next day, 435, much better day with less than 10% fee. And then we came to Wednesday and Thursday. Really sad, especially here Wednesday, where we had, like I said, these two dark green, like 9 or 8 out of 9, I would say, like almost the best setup that's suitable for me. Dark green like this is mainly 200% plus movers in just a few minutes. So they are strong, fast movers with more than at least 150%. And I think both of these two had around 200, maybe even 400%. And I did not do well on them because I was over trading here in the morning. And as you can see, Friday we had quite a good trade at 404. It wasn't as good in the beginning of the morning, but it continued for long. It was a 2-hour trade, and I was quite a good one. But for the morning here, at 4 and 4:30, a lot of things moved. A lot of them were crappy. So I started off the day on the red with several trades. If I start out trading whatever is moving, I do like 3, 4, 5 different stocks and trading them, having red trades, that is such a bad start for me. That is where I normally have difficulties to recoup later on. And this was the problem. I totally overtraded, as you can see here. 28,720 shares in volume on Wednesday, sorry, and on Thursday, 38,986. Terrible. I mean, I had $144 of commission and fee on Wednesday, 197 on Thursday. It's definitely not okay. This is really bad, and this is a problem I'm having when the market is heating up like it did now for 2 weeks. I jump on everything, and that is an okay strategy. It's not, optimal, but it's an okay one when it is a theme like it was now with Chinese stocks moving like crazy. So whenever Chinese stock came, if like 7, 8 out of 10 of them are doing great movements, I jump on everything and take a few red ones early on, stop it early when they're red, and just jump on everything. That is working out when we have those days of really hot market. But then when it comes to slowing down, as I should have done here, especially on Wednesday and Thursday, uh, it is very tough for me to bring down the FOMO and not act on every movement that is coming. So this is something I really need to work on. This is a problem I'm having, and a big problem for me in general with trading, because I'm coming from, as I've been saying, I'm an addict. I mean, I've been addicted to every drug you can imagine, alcohol and drugs for 20, almost 5 years. Heavy addiction for I would say at least 18, 19 of those, with daily intake of either amphetamines or opioids. This makes me a highly addictive person. I have a highly addictive personality, which makes it really tough for me when it comes to trading, because it is addictive to see these fast moving stocks just jumping up and down like crazy. So when I then for 2 weeks jumping on everything, and feeding the brain with that to jump on everything that moves, I have issues to slow that down. So I really need now to work on this. I really need to calm myself down. I really need to push myself to hold on, to be patient, to work on self-control, so that I don't fall for these fake outs that probably gonna come this week as well. So the first trade now is where I need to be very careful. If the first trade is a good setup with a quite a good net result, I will be much more cautious. Normally, at least, that is what gives me a good day, because I will be much cautious to give back profits. I don't like to give back profits, which is sometimes, when it's a hot market as this as well, it can be one of my negative sides, that I don't size up on these good days, because I make a lot of good profits early on. I don't want to give that back. So instead of sizing up when I actually should size up, I don't, because of fear of losing my profit. So there's good and bad in that, but yeah, this is what's really important now. As you guys can see here, this is the week that we have been looking at. I had quite a good patience in the beginning of the week. As you can see here, orange and gold below average on patience, greed, setup. I really need to work harder on. I would even want to say that probably one of these could be red as well. Really poorly managed with what kind of setups I took. Average up, okay. Average down, I did better job. Cut loss, I did quite well on Friday, not on Thursday, not on Wednesday. But anyhow, I mean, I traded 38,000, almost 40,000 shares. So, even though I cut loss early, I have almost no profit at all. So, hold winners is something I really always need to work on. And this is going to be a longer journey to work on because I really need to be better at holding winners. FOMO was bad, especially on Thursday. Change, I didn't miss any of the ones, but I traded really poorly on Wednesday and Thursday. The ones traded them really poorly, I would say. I traded 18 stocks on Wednesday and 14 on Thursday. So from here, I really should have learned. I didn't. The fee here is unacceptable. So this week's total is $956 with more than half. $503 is commission and fee. It's actually not acceptable on a week where we actually have 12 the ones and green, light green, green, and yellow sentiments. So whatever happened here from this week where I actually did quite well, and up here I did also well the first week in June. Very few trades, as maybe you remember. Very few trades here. So yeah, I need to go back now with patience, practice patience and self-control. Let's see here what my comments are for this week. Don't stress on every spike. Await first deep dip and go and add when surging higher. Be bold when adding and holding last shares. This is something I really need to train myself on. I'm acting out of unconsciously when I'm selling, and many times I'm selling the full position or the last of the position way too early. I need to be careful. Market changes, many fake outs. This was my warning on Tuesday. And then Wednesday, Thursday is quite the same. Jumping on too many. Hold on at 4 a.m. Don't jump on the first one. Await the one that you see actually holding up and go in harder in that one. Reject FOMO, and the first trade, like I say, is super important. High importance of my first trade. So now I need to be held accountable for this next week. So the 22nd, when I'm doing that Monday, tomorrow review, the daily review of tomorrow, I need to be held accountable to this in the audience, this channel. And I'm gonna show the first trade that I did, the 22nd. I'm gonna show you guys, and let's rate that one. And I have to be accountable to this channel, to you guys, and I need to work on that. So what has been working? What did work this week? 4 a.m., 3 strong blue greens, quite rare. We haven't had those short-lived, the ones that is just surging higher for 2 or 3 minutes, 2, 3 1-minute candlesticks in a row. We had 3 of them in a day. Beautiful trading. And then strangely here on Thursday, we had 3 a.m. news on the stock that was the one. It was CAST. It came with Starlink Connection business news. Quite strong, as you can see, the difference here from 17 and 18, the last 2 days. The ones that we had here was not the same as we had previous weeks, as you can see here. We talked about this last week. Most of the catalysts that made these the ones trade to search was nothing. As you can see, China, Hong Kong, China, Hong Kong, China, Hong Kong. Most of these were nothing. There was no news. There was nothing. There was not even after-market continuation. There was not even a daily continuation. It was nothing that just made these stocks surge. So as you can see, more than half of the ones, the best stocks that moved, has been moving so far in June, has been from no catalyst. There's no reason why they're moving. They have just been Chinese or Hong Kong stocks surging higher. That we saw now a little bit of a change here. So that might be something interesting. That might be something interesting that I can work on this week to actually try to follow up a little bit more regarding catalysts to actually check those more. I'm gonna do another video regarding this week, what needs to be done. But as you can see here, we had quite fast movers. We had a 120 minute here that was cast. That was actually the one with the Starlink connection to business. That was 3 a.m. That news came out on that one. So yeah, that's pretty much the review of this week. So that is week 3, and the total amount was 956, but more than 50% in commission and fees. Pretty much unacceptable in quite a strong week as we had. I need to work on this. The good thing though is that I am 14 traded days in June. I have 1 red day so far. Not if we go by netto results though, but I have 1 red day actually this month so far. So I should have done much better because of the hot market, the sentiment. I am though not satisfied, but I'm still quite happy with my results because I know how deep down I were in the trenches back from the big loss that I had in February. So when looking at that, when having that in the back mirror and thinking how low my confidence has been, I'm really happy to just have 1 red day. That means that I'm at least getting some confidence back, and I'm hopeful that this can continue now, and that we're gonna see some continuous great momentum where I maybe can start sizing up or dare to size up. One more last thing before I forgot. I added 20%. I don't know if it was for week 2 or was into week 3. I added 20% on all my hotkeys. I removed that again at the last either Wednesday or Thursday. So I went back to the same as I started in back of June here. So I don't think I'm ready yet to start to do that, to make 20% higher purchases in June. I really need to be able to train myself to average up instead, to buy a little bit less in the beginning and then have the to be able to then average up and be strong in holding winners instead of sizing up at the moment. So this is the thing, just so you know, I'm not going to do that in front to next week either. So I actually went back. I'm having the same size as I had when I started this journey, this challenge in 1st of June. So thank you guys for staying with me. A long video because I didn't do any daily review. I will try to do daily reviews or every other day reviews, so it will be a little bit more in detail. But yeah, it's very busy now during summer days, so I will try to do as many videos as possible. Thank you guys for staying tuned in. Have a great weekend, and yeah, see you again this week. Thank you. Bye.